With TuneCore, I get to keep 100% of 100% of my revenue, like 100. No middleman, no middleman. It means more money for you and for anybody else.
Okay guys, I've listened to the east side. I have two favorites. Now let's move on to the north side. This is my town, my side. I hope someone will come through. Funny thing is, I stay in the north side but tak pernah dengar any single one of the producers. But it's always a good opportunity to check out new producers.
I do know north side has fairly well community that it's built there, and I do think that there's a lot of good beat maker out in the north side, and I really excited for this set of beats, and I hope the north side doesn't disappoint me, right? So the guy that I'm gonna check out is Fauxe. Again, I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, you know, it's spelled as Farayze. So there's no working title. I'm just gonna get into it, and hopefully it's just gonna blow me away.
I go by the name of Devheron, Devheron, as an artist. Don't really have a proper producer tag, but yeah, been making music for about 3 or 4 years right now. So yeah, it's mostly myself, to be honest. Yeah, a few of my friends here and there, but nothing really serious came about it. But yeah, it's mostly myself. So I would say it's probably the city of everything actually, but the most I would say is probably Travis Scott right now. Like back in the days, but yeah, I do have like some Kanye West influences and stuff like that as well. I think it was, I'm not too sure, was it Festival or something? It's something like that. But yeah, around the time I chopped it up and I thought it was something similar to what JID would rap on one of his songs. I think it was can't remember the name, but it was on DiCaprio too. So that was sort of the vibe I was sort of going for. It's just I made this beat for people to rap on. It's not so much on it's not that strong, I feel, but it's just something to rap on. And I think the sample is a bit interesting how I chopped it up. The drums are not too crazy. It's just simple, I would say trap maybe. Yeah, simple trap beat, a bit simple, but yeah.
Caught me off guard there. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay guys, I just want to put this out lah basically. So, I know when it comes to beat makers, right, the mixing is not important to you, but this is just, I just would like to share lah, like, especially for beat makers, when you want to send out beats to rappers, right? You will need to have that basic knowledge when it comes to how the kick should sound, the low end a little bit, the snare, so that when when the rappers receive your file, right, and when they want to vibe to your beats to write, they will need that energy. So that's why I tend to like focus a little bit when it comes to mixing, because I need that energy to vibe, to bob my head. So yeah, that is one of the things that I truly feel that it's important for a beat maker to have lah. So to you guys out there, aspiring beat makers, if you want to make beats, make sure you know a little bit or two with regards to mixing, so you can, you know, at least give that proper low end, mid end, and your high end when it comes to mixing. So
a sample use is a bit stagnant, a bit stale, nothing, never really chop it up. I don't think I hear anything different other than like loops of the samples. Arrangement is pretty stale as well. Melody is coming from the sample, so like nothing really to comment on.
I do like the pitch down voice, you know, like kind of complementing the beat at a little break there. I do think that pitch down voice can be, you can have an automation that bring up the reverb at the tail end just to expand on it. But overall, I do like the beat. It has a little groove to it, but I think this should be all the contestants for the next round or the future. I think you're joining a beat battle, not a rap battle. So you don't create a beat having a rapper in mind that you can loop for the next 16 bar or 36 bars. You know, that's not what we want to hear. You know, we want to hear changes. We want to hear how much you can squeeze in and your creativity into that 1 minute, because that's very important for a challenge, right? Because you need to capture our attention and be really spot on. Other than that, I do like the complementing bass line that you went with, but overall I think you could add a little bit more chops and, you know, a bit more changes to it.
I think you can add in more like Foley noisers and effects after like every 4 to 8 bars, and maybe after 8 bars you can change the melody or chop it up and, like, you know, just change the melody riff so it doesn't sound so monotonous. But overall, it's a really cool idea, man. Yeah.
I think straight off the bat, right, like this is the first one that felt like rightly slow, you know, like, you know, there's this chill vibe which is damn different, and like knowing, I guess, whether you want to call it, whether he calls it, or I mean, whether Faris calls it polyrhythm or not, you know, knowing that sensibility or rhythm is nice to hear in a beat. I would say that like when the when the vocalist comes in, you can already change the bass line, you know, dum, 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 and then you go back to your dum, you know. I think if you're going to be going with this sort of like drony stuff, you know, you got to pay attention to how our brain, right, will recognize when something is completely different, and that difference can be good or bad, you know what I'm saying? So like having that one part, then when you change that bass note is enough, yeah. And then the final thing, it's not like what do you call that, like layers in Photoshop, you know. Collages all exist in the same layer, so technically even in Photoshop you only have one layer. So having this mix of this sort of lo-fi thing going on over this like modern, you know, trap kind of beat halftime thing, I think is so dope. But like having the two worlds mashed together and not blended in to create this new sound, which this could have also been. I would say the drums, right, instead of making it so fat, right, I think pay attention to just like if hi-hats are high, only keep the highs like as high as you can. If the kick is low, only kick the low as you can, you know, and then compress that a little bit and then balance it and then make it feel like it's make it feel right, like it didn't come from a computer, you know. Like I think you can make it feel like transparent, yet like everything is blended in very well, you know. And then after, see where that goes, you know. Because this is just for like try this and then I listen and then after that I want to try out something else later. But yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
The next one, Snail God. Okay, Snail God lah. Let's go to Snail God.
My name is Gary, also known as Snail God. I am a producer, an artist, and I'm originally from Brunei. That's the hometown, baby! Right now, we are at Allure Records. And this is a studio. We do video, we do music, we help people produce, we record for them. It could be Christian bands, it could be like a solo artist, it could be a Spotify artist. So we do everything. Yeah, everything. So the sample challenge was fun. You know, we got the samples, and like, you know, I was super excited to do it. You know, all these like traditional Southeast Asian sounds, and you know, I tried to use everything of it. So yeah, it was good. And it was also exciting to hear like, you know, other producers and stuff. There was one sample I tried using, but I was like, nah, this doesn't work out, you know. So I stuck with the gamelan as my main sample, and then all the percussions is just a chop of like the other percussion sounds that they gave, which was like the, I don't know, man. You know, I just tried using everything. I was using the 地字, I was using the pipa. So yeah, I tried using most of it. So I like doing like experimental stuff. So this is like experimental hip hop with like nice 808s. So I tried to change like the genre a little bit, genre bend, you know, yeah.
Okay. I think the track can be a bit longer, like maybe another 8 bars, and maybe work on a little bit more melody. But overall, yeah, pretty cool track.
You know, there's a very big difference between giving a beat that's just nice for someone to go over it, and then in that layer, right, it's also split into someone who wants to be passionate, artistic about it, you know, take their time with it, and then some people who just spit freestyles over it, right? So as it keeps going on by the layers, right, I realize this music, right, might be okay for someone who's never rapped, and probably be like, you know, like wow, you know, like it's a lot, you know, it's a dope beat lah. But like I feel that what maybe you should now try to learn, right, is how you can make like how you can make something that almost gives the rapper or the singer more space to breathe and think about what the beat is really, because like this beat was almost like, even though it's like it's not such a distorted beat, right, it's like full, you know.
Right, Snail God, love that he used the gendang samples, the kompang samples and all that. I think it's very tasteful, nicely arranged and mixed. Wish there could be more, could have expanded on the arrangement as well. I think a lot of these beats lack of arrangement, lack of how to say, different sections to make it more interesting. Like even though it's like a minute plus, but I think you can use the samples to actually make an interesting arrangement from whatever I gave you. The mix is great.
Okay, I do like the beat. Again, Same like a couple other people that the sample could be chopped up a little bit more. I felt because when you use sample, it's especially when you come into a challenge, is that you do know that a lot of people are aligning the same samples, and you do have to be like extremely creative with that if you are going to use a very long sample.
Straight off the bat, when I first listened to this, you know who you can send this beat to? My friend over in Kuala Lumpur, Kimi Kimo. He would love this kind of beat. He's always into this kind of beat. Nanti dia berbual pasal dalam gua tu ada dalam gua lagi. Gua tu ada another gua. So multi levels of gua that he can write about. I love the sound. Good use when it comes to the sample that's been provided. So Snail God, which gua you from? I will give you the score.
Okay, up next from the north we have Scuba.
Scuba.
Is that like because I've also heard like the submission that Scuba did, right? I feel that Scuba has a sound that's kind of already like derived from his own way of thinking. I think that's great. So I think what I will like more personally to him, right? I think that like hearing this song makes me just not really think of anything. And it's just because I feel like, oh, okay, this is like, to me this is like easy to you, like, this is like, yeah, this is great lah. And I feel that like you manage to explain ideas in shorter timing compared to a lot of people that take their whole stretch to kind of explain the idea. So for me, it's like, oh, this is dope, huh?
All right, so this guy captured my imagination. I would say it's fairly experimental. I really like it because I think it's somewhat of like a LA beat scene sort of beat if you actually work on it. I do feel that the whole arrangement was kind of there, bringing me in, leading me on a little journey, and I kind of like that. I would say overall creativity, you are really kind of up there, but I think arrangement and melody could kind of do better eventually. So, wow, that's a great step forward for sure, alright?
Right, Scuba, cool use of sample. I think there's good variation in the beat. Like it's very simple variations, but I think it makes the beat more interesting. Shows that actually putting effort into it. I think the use of the gendang, everything is great, very tasteful. Yeah, pretty solid mix as well.
There you have it, Mr. Scuba. You just, I already terjun inside the air and was looking for something, and I find it very interesting. I love the bass, the melody of the bass. So let's not talk so much. Loving it, loving the vibe, and don't get me wrong. There's no such thing in wrong when it comes to making music. It's just whether your listeners can love it or not lah. So basically, don't worry. I'm not gonna judge when it comes to like macam your melody, how it sound like.
Pretty cool idea too, but just work on your mixing, cause some stuff are like really loud. But other than that, it's a cool track, man.
Yeah, so here we go. I'm checking out the next guy. His name is Jimmy the Goat. I wish you the best because your working title is Yo. I don't know when to stop because there's a shitloads of O right there. Right, so let me check out.
It's Jimmy the Goat, and right now we're here at my home studio where I made the beat for the Cultural Sample Challenge, and this is what I'm working on. I've been in the scene for like about a year, I've been working with different types of people, from singers to rappers, and yeah, some of them will be out soon, maybe not. Like, use them, because the thing is, he gave like one shot. Some of them were one shot, some of them were loops. So they definitely had their utility. Some of them can be like the main sample, some of them can be like the utility sample, or like the subconscious layer where they're playing at the back. The challenge sort of, because I did give myself a little challenge where I told myself I'll use all 11 samples. So yeah, instead of using my old synths, I went to sample, to use all samples instead. Yeah, I guess I just want them to listen to the details that I put in, because I did like put like certain like ear candy or slots that you'll hear the sample like just play for this part, but it won't play like anywhere else. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the song, and I hope you like groove to it at the same time as well. Yeah.
I hear the ducking.
To me, this beat is pretty solid one, and I felt that I wasn't expecting the entrance to be that way, and also you had kind of chop it up very nicely, and also the beat changes are really good. Overall, I think you could just add a little tinge of 808 on your kick and snare at the same time, because it's a 4/4 beat. I think that that's kind of like important, and I like the side chain to kind of suck me in and out at that point. I kind of like it, and I also like how you chop up the sample and use the strings part, which is really creative in this beat. Yeah, and I do like what I hear.
Wow, I'm gonna tell you to say, man, this is dope. Perfect. I mean, I like how you switch it up, like to like bass house, or yeah. So I think dope.
Okay, so I think this is like the most balanced one so far. That's right. This is what I feel like I would have to say to Jimmy, which is that like so I think like what is dope that I don't even need to mention is that you definitely understand like what you want to make and what kind of vibe you're trying to go for. Now I feel that like the thing about dance music that I personally feel is that when we go off this loop based thing, right, we gotta realize that like when something is quick and fast and moving, right, our brains are trying to understand what's happening, but like when we treat variation as literal different patterns, I feel that no matter what pattern you actually end up changing, it will kind of just still sound the same. And I think by the second half onwards, it's like, yeah, when this sounds the same, everything is like the same.
Love that, it's different. Caught you guys off guard, right? I'm sure to those of you guys out there who's expecting only hip-hop beats, special shout out to Inquisitive, special shout out to Koflow, who produces this kind of music as well, who plays it in clubs. It's perfect, I love it. Don't only think like macam Rauzan, music producer, hip-hop, only listens to hip-hop music. No man, I love every genre, and this one caught me off guard until I hear the ducking of the kick, and I knew it was going somewhere else. I love it. Creativity, of course, it stood out from everyone. So at least from the East. So let's go with the scoring straight away. And this one, have to give high. Okay, Jimmy the Goat. Interesting, bro. Which part of North Side you stay? I will holler at you.
I love that he's doing something out of hip hop. This is great. There's samples, everything from the drums, the drop. Totally unexpected. The sidechain in this track is mad, like very Kitchenada. I love it. I think creativity, definitely high points on that. Arrangement is good. Melody is great. Mixing is great. Yeah. I think Jimmy the Goat, probably top 2 right now.
4 submissions from the North Side. Faris, Jimmy the Goat, Snail the God, and Scuba. Let's move on.
More support means I can rely on TuneCore, like someone answers the phone to answer my questions.
I'm not talking to a bot. It's actual humans. You're only gonna get that with TuneCore.